Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about how to develop strong body paragraphs. You all have a copy of this presentation in your Blackboard course, but I wanted to kind of further explain it to you because it is extremely important that you grasp this idea and that you are able to understand what you're doing when you're using this format. If you can grasp this idea and hold on to it and take it with you as you continue to do research essays in your other English classes, I promise you it will help you be successful. I'm not guaranteeing A's, but you're going to have B-level content if you will go through these steps. So, the very first part of your body paragraph should be your topic sentence. Your topic sentence should present the main idea of your paragraph. What is the point you're trying to make? So in this presentation, it is an example that goes along with the topic of growth mindset. That is what your first essay will be about and what you start your paragraph development assignments with. And so that is why the presentation goes along with that topic. When you are writing that essay, you are going to be talking about 3 different benefits of growth mindset. And you will be finding those benefits that you're going to write about through your Power Process articles, those articles that you're reading in that tool. And so when you get ready to write paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2, and paragraph number 3, you're going to think about, okay, so what is the main benefit that this article is about that I can write about, okay? You are not just summarizing the article you just read. The only thing you're really taking from that article will be the outside source. So when I'm looking at this, I'm going to go, the main benefit that I gained from reading whatever source I just read is that a growth mindset allows individuals to be their absolute best. So my topic sentence should present that benefit to my reader. A growth mindset drives individuals to be their absolute best. Readers should know through the first sentence what the main idea or the topic of your paragraph actually is. And that I do a lot of color coding. If you are colorblind, let me know. You will still have to do the content development steps. You'll still have to have all these parts, but you may not have to color code if you are colorblind. But I need to know that, okay? Because otherwise I will be looking for it. But I need to know in that first sentence, what is the benefit of growth mindset you're talking about? What is the main idea of your paragraph? And you should either highlight or color code that brown. Color coding is the easiest with that color. The next step is when you're going to look at the article you just read and you are going to pick a sentence or a quote. It does not have to be directly quoted in the article. Any sentence you pull from an article becomes a quote, okay? So any sentence in that article that backs up the benefit that you just said you were going to write about. Okay? Now, it's very important that you realize that you cannot just take a quote from an article and drop it into the middle of a paragraph. You have to introduce it. You have to tell me where it came from. And so in this next part, you will see color coding steps of red, black, and yellow. You have your intro phrase, the quote, and the in-text citation. The intro phrase leads into the outside source support that you have chosen to use. It is going to give some type of information about the source itself. So right here in this example, the title of the website that this quote was pulled from is Business Insider. So the intro phrase says, according to Business Insider, comma, since that is a phrase, I put a comma after it. If you chose to introduce a quote with a complete sentence, you would put a colon after it. Then you put in quotation marks whatever you are pulling from the article. The growth mentality leads people to more deeply engage with the limits of their skills. Then you're going to go into your in-text citation. While I encourage you to color code the intro phrase and the quote, I would highlight this in-text citation, which is not done here because it's easier to read. Your in-text citation is part of MLA format. You will learn more about this with your MLA workshop. But what you include there is the author's last name, and then if you have a page number, you include a page number. So right here, you have a page number listed to show you how a page number would be included, okay? But you may not always have page numbers, and if you don't, you would just put the author's last name. Now, What gets tricky is when you don't have an author. Sometimes people just come up with random stuff to put there. Every time you're doing an in-text citation, you will also have a works cited page. And whatever is the first portion of the citation on that works cited page is what should go here. So if you do not have an author, the title of the article would go in your in-text citation instead. Okay? And so no author, the title of the article is your in-text citation. If you have an author, the last name. Either way, if you have a page number, you would put that page number after the author's last name or the article title. Okay, so the next part that you're going to move to is your in other words section. And this section should be green. You do not have to start this section with in other words every single time, okay? That is just one example of how you could start it. You could just jump right into the sentence without any kind of intro phrase. But that's just kind of a signal phrase to help you remember what this part is all about. So in this section, you are going to simplify what the quote is saying or further elaborate on the meaning of the quote. Okay, so if we look right here, the quote said, the growth mentality leads people to more deeply engage with the limits of their skills. So down here, it says, in other words, individuals experience more personal growth and allow themselves to push boundaries when they utilize a growth mindset. So I'm not just saying it allows them to more deeply engage with the limits of their skills again. I'm putting it in different words, adding a new spin to it. You're growing personally. You're pushing boundaries when you have a growth mindset. And so that's just further elaborating on what the quote is already saying. Okay, so the next part is the therefore section. Once again, you do not have to always start it with therefore. That is just one option. This is usually the longest portion of the paragraph. It goes along with your so what. Why does this matter? The therefore section encourages writers to share the significance of the topic of the paragraph. The section tells the readers why they should care about the specific topic and or reason being discussed in this paragraph. And I will go ahead and tell you, I do not have it in this example, but one thing you will find me saying a lot is add examples. Add an example in your therefore section that illustrates your point to your reader, that helps your reader understand the impact of what you're talking about. Examples, examples, examples. And so try to do that. Try to get in the habit of doing that. If I read your paragraph and I think, oh, they're kind of repetitive here. Oh, they really need some more content development. The number one thing I'm going to go back to is examples. You're going to see that in feedback. Add a good example. That could be a hypothetical example. You could find an actual real example. It could be a personal example. You just have to be careful with that because sometimes you can't use first person. So you may not be able to share it as your own personal example. But remember, examples, examples, examples. So here it says, therefore, people should desire to obtain a growth mindset because this mindset enables them to set and reach goals. A growth mindset also encourages continual development instead of becoming comfortable at a certain point. So this section right here is telling your readers why they should want a growth mindset. They are going to be able to reach their goals. They are going to continually get better and improve. And that is important to people. People want to be better. People want to reach their goals. And so that is why you are emphasizing that to tell them the why, the so what behind your benefit. And then your last sentence is just a concluding or a transition sentence. You do not want to feel at the end of your paragraph that you're just randomly jumping to a new benefit or a new topic, a new main idea. So this is kind of where you put your nice bow on top of your gift. You're going to tie up all your loose ends, and it's going to allow you to smoothly transition to the next paragraph. What's very easy to do is you don't want to go back and say exactly what you said in your topic sentence, but you kind of want to touch on the same idea of what your topic sentence said. So here I have, overall, attaining a growth mindset will lead to much success. And then here is the whole paragraph put together. So I have the topic sentence that is telling me the benefit. People can be their best with a growth mindset. I have my intro phrase, my quote that's supporting this main idea in my in-text citation. I have my in other words that is further elaborating or rewording what the quote says. I have my therefore, which is telling my readers why they should care about this topic, and this is also where you would include a good example. And then I have my concluding sentence that is bringing everything together. As I mentioned earlier, this is imperative to your success in this class. So if you're struggling with a specific section, please send me information, send me an email, send me a message, whatever, and let me know what part you're struggling with so we can try to address that. Thank you guys so much.